said, we are the Nikki Hendricks team on the business side. I believe client is presenting next. And we would like to show you how we will better ensure her safety online as well as the safety of her business.
I'm Moose. I'm Coulter.
I'm Hannah.
I'm Omar.
And I'm Trey. Our presentation is relatively simple. We're going to cover all of the bases from what she does and what her business is, to how we're going to insure her, how we're going to implement that plan, any legal barriers that we may or may not encounter, see that in a little bit, how to keep her safe as her business grows, and a couple other things that are relevant to the cybersecurity domain. And now I hand it off.
So Hendricks Design was founded by Nikki Hendricks shortly after she graduated college in 2017. Ms. Hendricks has always been extremely passionate about fashion and has always loved creating fashion. Her brand, Hendricks Designs, is a sustainability-focused fashion brand that one day she really hopes to grow into more of a lifestyle brand that includes stuff like interior design and home decor. So when we first talked to Ms. Hendricks, we really wanted to make sure we knew what exactly she wanted us to help her with. And one of the first things she mentioned was her use of Facebook and Instagram. A few years ago, she suffered a hack that was really detrimental to her business, because although we may not think of it like that, social media is extremely important for businesses these days in terms of marketing. She also talked about wanting to protect her clients' data that she protects for marketing, such as their phone and email, as well as any of her IP, such as photos from her photo shoots or anything she uses in her cloud storage.
During our meetings with Ms. Hendricks, we were able to analyze her strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in her company. One of her strengths is she has a very safe website in Wix where she processes all of her payments through her website. She has an encrypted domain in GoDaddy with her main website, which protects her from breaches and possible leakages. And instead of having employees, she uses contractors, which is good because she doesn't have people constantly on her network. Some of the weaknesses she has is her passwords and logins, because she's given multiple passwords and logins to various people, which can lead her vulnerable to inside trading. She only has one Wi-Fi, which is her home Wi-Fi, which leaves her vulnerable to different possible breaches and hacks from different people. All her data is accessible from her phone and from her computer, which during one breach can leave her with nothing, and all of her data can be taken. Some of the opportunities are two-factor authorization through Instagram and Facebook, because what Coulter said, she uses that to grow her business, and it's really detrimental when that got hacked. She uses VPNs when she works outside in coffee stores, like she said. She uses, and contract training. So the importance of contract training is due to the fact because for phishing emails and different software vulnerabilities. Some of the threats she faces are insider trading, like contractors. She's given out different passwords and Wi-Fi and different logins, malicious attackers, and web domain theft.
Alright, so here are some of our protocols and solutions. So we based it off of the CIA triad, which is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So for confidentiality, the main thing we wanted to focus on was her devices, since she runs it on her personal laptops. So we decided that she should download an antivirus software, specifically Norton 360 Deluxe, which protects her devices from malware, viruses, and any malicious data that may be on her networks. We also thought that she should have a password manager, which comes with Norton 360, which basically it manages her passwords for her multiple platforms and makes sure that she uses only one complex to secure all of her complex passwords. Additionally, we decided that she should go with a Cloud Drive business standard for her cloud storage, because it's easy to use. It has a basic user interface that she's already familiar with, and it has already security implementations. Additionally, as you said, she contracts her employees. She doesn't hire people. So when it comes to giving access, we think that she should limit how much data is given to each person based on what they need. For integrity, we decided that she should move her main website from Wix to just GoDaddy because of their trusting website company, as well as Wix sometimes has SQL implementations. And additionally, we think that she should invest in employee training. Even though we said she has contractors, having employee training is good for the future when she does grow a business and she plans on hiring people. Additionally, since she works from home on her own Wi-Fi router, we decided that she should make sure that her firewalls are enabled as well as change her default password to a more complex one. In terms of availability, we want to make sure that in case there is a breach, or when there is a breach, that she is able to still run her company and her clients are still able to get their products. So for one thing, we're going to make sure that she emails her clients and her customers in case there is a breach. We also want to separate her personal from her business by making her have a business email and a number. Additionally, she'll have a backup hard drive where she can store her data. So Nikki Henderson allocated us $2,000 a year for her budget. One of our priorities is, since she does run a small business, we don't want to spend too much money because it may not be essential for the future or as of now. So we want to maximize her security with a low budget. So some of the things that we decided that we were going to invest in are a Barracuda SSD 2 terabyte hard drive, which can be found on Amazon for $115. We're also going to implement Norton 360 Deluxe, like I talked about before, which is an antivirus protection. It's $50 the first year, and then every year other, when you renew it annually, it's $114. And then for Google Drive cloud storage for the business standard, it's $12 a month. In total, that's going to be $309 to $374.
Laws and regulation. Miss.
Okay, there we go. Fine with it. Sorry. A little bit of technical difficulty going on here. But to implement all of the solutions that were listed before, such as procuring a backup hard drive, changing her networks and passwords, most of that is done on Ms. Hendricks' end, so there isn't really any need for an outside firm or anything like that. So that is not only cost effective, but she can take her own initiative in securing herself, which I find pretty a good benefit to herself because she is so small. Our processes include installing Norton on her work computer, securing business phone number and email, changing the passwords, changing linked emails and numbers on her business social media accounts to prevent the leakage of her personally identifiable information. And education. So we have educated her just by speaking, but also the pamphlet that we made is going to help further her knowledge and her eventual employees' knowledge of cybersecurity to better protect her company.
Laws and regulation. Ms. Hendricks doesn't have any patents for any of her clothing or formulas, and she doesn't ship internationally. So we don't have. So through our cybersecurity plan, we do not break any laws. So we don't really need to worry about that.
All right. So, okay. So it is absolutely vital that we need to keep all of our systems up and running at the highest current version. So that particularly applies to the Norton antivirus. So hackers every day are finding new ways to break into old updates and such. So we need to keep everything up to date fully so that it can defend against the newest and best type of hack. So we also need to upgrade her system a little bit. So that includes adding Norton 360 and upgrading to GoDaddy so we can defend against the SQL injections. We also told her that she needs to keep her computer up to date and constantly remind herself to check the updates fully. And for the future, the incident response, Norton 360 actually has a very solid alert system in place. So when something happens, when she has malware or a breach, it will tell her and she can customize what happens there. She can shut it all down, she can do things like that, activate firewalls, such. For disaster recovery, just in case a breach and a leakage does happen, we taught her that she needs to back up everything both on the cloud and on a physical hard drive. So she has 2 different places that she will be able to reach her precious files. She has a lot of them because she does a lot of photo shoots. So she really needs to secure those files because they're very important. And then for business continuity, we are really focusing on control over her data because, like I said before, she has a lot of very important data, and this will help her keep her clients and reach out to more people. And that's it. Thank you all very much.